Today on Discovering Magnolia Texas, we are here at the JoyRide Center. Let's go in and see what this nonprofit organization is all about. Carrie, thank you so much for having us out here today. Now, you are the executive director here at the JoyRide Center, correct?
Yes, and thank you for coming out.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to learn about your nonprofit organization and the services that you are providing here to the community. Let's start with the background behind the JoyRide Center. How long ago did it start, and what are the roots, the foundations, the founders? Let's go into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. We were founded in 2009, and it's such a great story. We were founded by 5 visionaries that were working or volunteering at another therapeutic riding barn, and they loved what they were doing. They were very passionate about it, but they wanted to find a place that was a little more client first, a little more family feel. So they decided to branch off and start their nonprofit, and they found this property here in the heart of Magnolia and started JoyRide Center. They actually started it with their own horses, and everybody was volunteers at first. They didn't even have any paid staff.
One of the things that you had told me earlier was one of their visions was just being super client focused and making sure that that was at the heart of everything that they did here, and not becoming, some big organization that is, just not as personal, I guess, feeling.
Absolutely. That was the drive for starting JoyRide, and it has stuck with us all these 14 years. We were founded in 2009, and we still today really have that client first focus.
And so let's talk about the services that you provide here, because there is a bit of an array, right?
There is, we have 4 programs. We started as a therapeutic riding center. In therapeutic riding, we offer riding lessons for people with disabilities, whether it's cognitive or physical. We have riders ages 6 to 60. Our other program, the second program that was started, was our prep day program, and that's where we are here. Prep class runs Monday through Thursday, 9 to 3, and it was designed as a vocational-based program for young adults with disabilities. So we really focused on finding the young adults with disabilities that are transitioning out of high school to be able to provide them both vocational and life skills.
Yeah.
Our other programs are equine assisted learning programs. We have 2 mental wellness programs. One is focused for adolescents and adults, and the other is Operation Equine, our program for veterans. In those programs, they're able to work with horses and work on their mental well-being, such as anxiety, boundaries, and all kinds of different difficulties people might be having in life.
All right, and speaking of your prep day program, the crafts that they make and the different projects that they do in here, you actually put on display and use it as fundraising opportunities as well for them to sell their work?
We do. It's an amazing kind of facet of the program where they're able to see their hard work come through and benefit JoyRide, and they're really a part of it as well. We like to go to different events, and then we display their crafts, we sell them for donations, and then we're also able to talk to people about other important ways they could help JoyRide.
And let's talk about some of those events, because you have one coming up, golf tournament, I believe.
We do, yes. We have our annual golf tournament. We host it at High Meadow Ranch. It's going to be on Friday, September 22nd. It is a tremendously fun event, and anybody who loves golf and helping great charities should definitely look into it.
Absolutely, and what a beautiful location to have it out here too.
Yeah, it is.
And then in the springtime, I think you have another quite large fundraiser.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our annual jamboree. It's our JoyRide Jamboree, and essentially it's our annual gala. It's our biggest fundraiser, and it's a Texas chic. So we like to do it kind of a little Texas style. We have silent auctions, live auctions, lots of fun games, great food, entertainment. It's a really good time.
And so outside of these larger fundraising events, people who want to help support your nonprofit organization are able to give donations, I would assume, online on your website, or what are some of the ways that they could support what you guys are doing here?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Yeah, absolutely. You can go to our website, joyridecenter.org. We accept donations. Also, one of the great ways people can help is volunteering. It takes a lot of volunteers to operate our programs, and that's an integral part of it. So that's really important as well. And talking about JoyRide, a lot of people don't know we're tucked away here. So just talking about what the benefits and programs we have is just a great help to us.
With your volunteers, such an integral part of what you guys are doing here, as you said. Some of them have been here since the beginning, is that right?
That is right. We have clients and volunteers and staff who have been here since day one, which is pretty impressive. Our volunteer manager actually started as a volunteer, and about 4 years ago, he was brought on staff. And we have a few clients that have been here since day one, and it's great to see how much everyone truly loves JoyRide, and everyone tells me, I'm always, thank you for coming, and they're like, thank you for having us, because this is a little therapy, for them as well.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, as they say, it takes a village, right?
It really does. We could not do this without our volunteers. We could not do this without our donors. And we have a couple great sponsors and supporters. We have Tomball Regional Health Foundation has been integral. They help us fund our PrEP program and our tuition assistance program, which is so important with families with disabilities. Memorial Drive Presbyterian Church has been a huge supporter of JoyRide Center, and it's those kind of places and those kind of support that really help us bring joy to their lives every day.
If someone is interested in volunteering here at the JoyRide Center, how would they go about doing that?
The best way is to send an email to volunteer@joyridecenter.org. You will reach Craig Arney, our volunteer manager, who will promptly get in touch with you, let you know about our programs, see what program you might be interested in helping with. You can also just give us a call or stop by. We're always welcoming people and love to give everyone a tour.
And some of your volunteer programs do require training.
Yes, you don't have to have horse experience, but your initial training for the therapeutic riding program is about a 2-hour session where you're thoroughly trained on how the sessions go, the different things we do as volunteers, and sidewalkers and horse handlers are the two positions to make sure it's a safe and fun lesson.
All right, and so the clients that come here to you, how do you customize your program to meet their specific needs? Because they really have all different types of abilities, right?
Absolutely, and that's one of the key parts, is really understanding the client, knowing what they need. We do an evaluation, and we have a pretty thorough registration process where we ask about difficulties, goals, what they hope to accomplish. When we evaluate them, we're able to see how mobile they are, how verbal they are, and get a good idea of what's going to be a good fit for them.
Yeah.
And then throughout the lessons, the instructors and prep class works on different individual-based goals to build on what's been learned before. So that way, we're always kind of trying to push their envelope in a way and develop their skills,
yeah.
which it's great. One of my favorite things is when their parents come and they say, oh, they did this at home because they learned this at JoyRide, or oh, he's microwaving his own nuggets at home because he learned that in prep class, and just seeing how it ripples out through not just them but their families and into the community.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of joy in knowing that you can do difficult things, right?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, absolutely. The joy of seeing somebody's face when they are moved from a wheelchair to a horse and get to walk around is just amazing.
So one of the things that you mentioned before when it comes to your donors and stuff is scholarships, and I think that you have a tuition assistance program, correct?
We do, and it's an important part of this. Tuition assistance provides 50% tuition to those clients in need. We've been so fortunate to have great donors like Tomball Regional Health Foundation and Memorial Drive Presbyterian Church help us keep that fund up. We have not had to say no to one of our clients.
Oh wow,
yet.
that's amazing.
It is. And just to think about all the different services they have to get for their children with their needs, to be able to afford this we'd hate to turn anyone away. And also with our tuition assistance, our veterans program, Operation Equine, is completely grant funded, so we don't have to, it's at no cost to U.S. veterans.
All right, Regina, so we've learned a lot about just JoyRide and the background of it, but now I want to learn more about the programs, and specifically your programs. So what is it that you do here?
So I am the Equine Assisted Learning Program Manager. It is a mental wellness and life skills development program for people who are struggling a little bit in a lot of realms of life.
Okay.
We're not therapists, so it's just we deal with what we see in real time through their work with the horses. We have our groundwork program for kids and adults, and then we have our veterans program for men and women called Operation Equine.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about those two different programs because they actually serve kind of different needs or specialties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our equine assisted learning program, like I said, it can be pretty much catered and morphed to form a lot of different needs. We have a lot of the existing principles for most of our groups. They learn things like building and maintaining healthy boundaries, building relationships, connection, learning how to communicate, all through activities that are done with the horse. Whether it's building an obstacle course and guiding your blindfolded partner through the said obstacle course to teach trust, empathy, like I said, communication, all while having the horse, which a lot of times just having the horse there makes the client feel more confident, more relaxed, and more supported.
Yeah.
So they're able to make leaps and bounds in these self-epiphanies that help them improve their quality of life and their mental wellness. So Operation Equine, our veterans will come out in their first phase called Horsemanship 101, where they meet the entire herd of horses and they kind of discover which horse they genuinely connect to. Our second phase is 10 weeks of how we train horses. So they don't do the activities like you would in a normal EAL session, but they're learning how to train a horse with methods used all over the world. So with their chosen horse, they spend 10 weeks learning him, learning how to read the body language of the horse and what the horse is saying, and then reacting in kind. So one of our veterans, he's very quick. He doesn't let the horse kind of respond to his request. And so when he doesn't see his desired response in 3 to 5 seconds, he asks again in a different way. The horse doesn't have time to process this request and so gets agitated and nervous.
Yeah.
And so the veteran, seeing this, says, okay, I need to take a breath, I need to take a step back, and I need to reanalyze my approach and the entire situation, right? So a lot of times, someone's in the real life situation and they keep trying things and it's not working. They say, you know what? Let me take a step back, let me take a breath and see what I can do differently.
Regina, there are some organizations that you guys are partnered with as well, correct?
Right, yeah, we with our veterans program, we've got 3 wonderful individuals from the HERO program, which is a addiction and recovery center for veterans. Their main program is in Louisiana, but the 3 guys that we're working with are working on connections and networking within these communities around in Texas, so they can set up another HERO recovery program in Texas. But first, they're really laying the foundation and groundwork so they can make sure veterans have a place to stay and treatment and medications taken care of. So they do a lot of that behind the scenes work to get veterans the help they need.
Yeah.
We also work with Boys and Girls Country, which is a group home for kids. They were the first program to give us a shot here with our EAL program.
Oh, wow.
We've built really strong relationships with them, and we love the kids that come through. They look forward to equine every week.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
And we also work with the Yes to Youth Bridgeway Youth Shelter. Kids who are homeless out on the streets, they're there for 3 months at most before they're moved on to more long-term residential care or foster care.
Yeah.
So they also come out once a week, and again, really great kids who, they come in and they're like, I don't care about horses.
Yeah.
Horses are dumb. And then 2 weeks in, they meet this horse, and I'm like, oh, it's Bill! I missed you! And this horse is this tall, at the shoulder, which his head is this tall, and you got this 15-year-old kid who's got nothing, but he's got a horse.
And they got a friend.
He's got a friend.
Thank you guys so much for having us out to this beautiful place today. Where can people find you? Physical location.
We are located at 29550 Tudor Way in Magnolia, 77355.
And on social media?
Social media, we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and you can find us at JoyRide Center, and our website is joyridecenter.org.
What another great interview here today on Discovering Magnolia, Texas. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
This Community Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by Erica Steetenroth, your Magnolia Realtor, and was produced and edited by JJ Productions.